You don't lack motivation. If you did, you wouldn't feel frustrated. You wouldn't open productivity videos. You wouldn't set goals at night. You wouldn't promise yourself that tomorrow will be different. You want to move. You just can't sustain momentum. You start something, then your brain looks for something easier. You sit down to focus, and suddenly you need to check your phone. You try to work, but your mind feels scattered. You don't lack ambition. You're overstimulated. And overstimulation is quietly destroying your ability to focus, to care, and to feel driven. This isn't a character flaw. It's a nervous system problem. We live in the most stimulating environment in human history. Your brain was designed for slow rewards, gradual progress, physical effort, delayed gratification. But today, you wake up and your phone gives you notifications, messages, short videos, breaking news, endless scrolling. Each one releases dopamine. Small hits, fast hits, constant hits. Your brain doesn't know the difference between scrolling for 30 minutes and accomplishing something meaningful. It just knows reward happened. And when your brain gets constant, effortless rewards, it stops wanting effortful rewards. That's not laziness, that's adaptation. Let's make this simple. Dopamine isn't about pleasure. It's about pursuit. It's about drive. When dopamine is balanced, you feel curious, engaged, motivated. But when your brain is flooded with easy stimulation all day, your baseline shifts. Now, normal tasks feel boring, slow, heavy, pointless. Not because they are, but because compared to the speed of digital reward, they feel underwhelming. Your brain recalibrates. What once felt exciting now feels dull. This is why reading feels harder, deep work feels exhausting, studying feels painful, long-term projects feel impossible. Your brain isn't broken. It's overstimulated. Think about this carefully. When you say, "I have no motivation," what you usually mean is, "I don't feel like doing this." But motivation isn't a personality trait. It's a state of nervous system activation. Overstimulation creates two dangerous patterns: constant distraction, nervous system fatigue. Your brain becomes addicted to novelty. New video, new post, new notification, new tab. When you try to sit still, your system feels restless. And when you try to push through, you feel drained. Because constant stimulation exhausts your dopamine system. You're not unmotivated, you're neurologically tired. Here's something subtle. Overstimulation weakens your ability to tolerate boredom, and boredom is the doorway to deep work. When you remove constant stimulation, you initially feel agitated, restless, uncomfortable. Most people interpret that as, "I can't focus." But what's actually happening is your brain is withdrawing from stimulation, and instead of sitting with discomfort, you escape back to easy dopamine. That loop repeats daily, and over time, your attention span shrinks. You begin to believe, "I'm just bad at focusing." No, you trained your brain to expect constant novelty, and now stillness feels threatening. Let's make it practical. You might be overstimulated if you wake up and immediately check your phone. You can't watch a long video without multitasking. You switch tabs every few minutes. You start tasks but don't finish them. You need background noise constantly. You feel bored quickly. You crave something new even when you have unfinished work. You feel tired but wired. That last one is important. Tired but wired. That's nervous system overload. The worst part isn't distraction, it's the story you create. You start saying, I have no discipline, I'm addicted, I'm lazy, I'll never be consistent. And every time you repeat that story, you strengthen it. Overstimulation destroys self-trust because you keep setting intentions and breaking them. But it's not a willpower failure, it's environmental overload. You're fighting billion-dollar algorithms designed to capture your attention and then blaming yourself for losing. That's not fair. So what do most people try? They try to force motivation. They remove everything for one day. They go extreme. They say, no phone, no distractions, perfect focus. But extreme restriction after constant stimulation creates backlash. Your brain rebels. You binge again. You feel worse. The cycle continues. Force doesn't fix overstimulation. Regulation does. The goal is not zero stimulation. The goal is controlled stimulation. Here's how you start resetting your brain. Reduce fast dopamine before deep work. No scrolling 30 to 60 minutes before important tasks. Delay easy rewards. Make effort the first dopamine hit of the day. Allow boredom. Yes, allow it. When you feel the urge to switch tasks, pause. Sit with it for 60 seconds. You are retraining your nervous system. Over time, normal tasks start feeling engaging again. Your baseline lowers. Your focus increases. Motivation returns, not because you forced it, because you stopped overwhelming it. Here's something deeper. Sometimes overstimulation isn't just habit, it's avoidance. Scrolling distracts you from anxiety, pressure, self-doubt, fear of failure. When you sit in silence, those feelings surface, so you escape. This is where the previous videos connect. Dysregulation, safety, now overstimulation. They're linked. You're not just chasing dopamine, you're avoiding discomfort. If you want real focus, you must increase your tolerance for discomfort. That's emotional regulation, not productivity hacks. Real motivation isn't intense. It's calm. It's steady. It's quiet. It doesn't feel like hype. It feels like, I can start. That's it. And that state only appears when your nervous system isn't overloaded. If you want sustainable drive, stop chasing intensity. Start protecting your baseline. If you keep flooding your brain with stimulation, your goals will always feel boring. Your dreams will always feel distant. Your focus will always feel weak, because your brain will choose the fastest reward available. You cannot compete with infinite scrolling. You can only limit exposure. This isn't about quitting technology. It's about controlling it. If you don't control stimulation, it will control you. Start small. Don't overhaul your life overnight. Try this. For 7 days, no phone first 30 minutes after waking. one 60-minute deep work block daily with zero notifications and no scrolling before bed. That's it. Small regulation creates big shifts. Within weeks, you'll notice less restlessness, more clarity, longer focus, and slowly motivation returns. Because it was never gone, it was drowned out. If this video made something click for you, if you're starting to see that maybe you're not broken, then subscribe. This channel isn't about hype. It's about understanding how your brain actually works. We talk about nervous system regulation, discipline, overstimulation, trauma responses, identity shifts, the deeper layers most productivity advice ignores. If you want to rebuild yourself from the inside out, subscribe, because this isn't just about motivation, it's about control. You don't lack motivation, you lack space. Space from noise, space from constant novelty, space from endless stimulation. When you protect your baseline, your brain remembers how to focus, how to care, how to pursue. You were never lazy, you were overloaded, and overload can be reduced. Control your stimulation, regulate your system, and watch your drive return. Not forced, not hyped, but steady.